Let's go. Einstein, come. Come. Yes. Sit. Good boy. Come. Sit. Yes. Let's go. Heel. Yes. Heel. Place. Yes, good boy. Let's go. Up. Up. Sit. Come. Yes, good boy. Come. Place. Yes. Sit. Good boy. Einstein, come. Einstein. Good sit. Here. Play. Sit. Let's go. Einstein, place. Yes. Einstein, sit. Yes. Let's go. Sit. Yes. Hey Vanessa, I just shooting a really quick sort of video, just halfway through one of our training sessions here. We're working with Einstein on his transitional leash. Now, he's not a big fan of it, and probably because there's a lot of hair on his face and stuff like that, it pulls and tugs. So he does fight at it a little bit, but he's becoming very responsive to it. And I have to stress the responsive part, not the reactive part, because when I ask him, come, I'm using no hand signals, no hand pressure, no leash pressure to get him to comply. So he's starting to understand when he just feels the slightest bit of pressure, he releases and submits. And then we've just been setting up cones and walking through, and now we're starting to introduce place. Now I have two different versions of place. I have a little place cot over here that I actually have flipped upside down. So what we do is we walk and we sit on it. Why this is such a huge accomplishment is because that is a different fabric. He's used to the ground. It has a certain consistency. It has a certain texture to it. As soon as we start changing the game on him a little bit, it's all about learning to be responding to the situation, not reacting to it. So now we start teaching him what place is. And place is an individual spot that he has to sit, turn off, and relax. So while we haven't really gotten to a real strong place muscle yet, or a place discipline, this is the forethought. We're starting to condition to let him know that these are the places that he can specifically jump up on, that he's allowed to get away with, and usually when he gets up there, there's some form of reward. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's just verbal praise and some physical contact, petting and stuff like that. So he is coming along as far as that's going. Now I also want to tell you that his socialization we're making some good leaps and bounds with that. He's a young guy, so he's got the energy, the heart of a lion, but you know, he's the size of an Einstein. I mean, he ain't the tiniest dog, but he ain't the biggest dog. So he has to kind of sometimes socialize with both big and little dogs. When we stick him with dogs smaller than him, he tends to be a little bit more rougher in his approach. Until we correct him, let him know that it's not acceptable, then he complies quite nicely. With the bigger dogs, he's respectful of their boundaries, which is a good thing too. That means he understands what he can and can't do, what he should or shouldn't do. And then in this same process, we are also layering in the yes, no, and commands. Yes is green light, no is red light, yellow light is That's a negative or a bridge word that I'm going to give him direction, let him know what he can and can't do. When he's about to make a poor choice, I'm teaching him this level or this language of communication. And a lot of it's done through the leash. At the same time, it's verbally done. And then we start adding in some physical signs, some visual cues for him as well. So when we start to package this all together, it starts to become more fluid. And the fluidity is what really helps him grasp it as a regular routine and as the norm, as opposed to the exception. So treadmill training, we've got him on. I don't know if I sent you that video or not. If not, I will. And then this one's just kind of a little Einstein update. So he's coming along real well, and I appreciate you choosing Tags Canine. Hope everything's going well for you. Thanks, dear. Come on, let's go. You. Please. Sit. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Yes. See? Yeah. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy.